Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Thank you so much for stopping by Galadon Gaming Clash of Clans action today, talking about spam, S-P-A-M. Simply place a mass number of units and expect to 3-star. Okay, so the entire acronym is a little bit longer, but we're talking about the trend we're seeing right now in Clash of Clans. Specifically in my clan, it is almost exclusively either all miners or all bowlers in these 3-star war attacks. Another stinking royal This just into the Gala newsroom. The Clash of Clans team at Supercell has announced that we should be expecting an update in mid-September. They have responded to reports of mass attacks at Town Hall 11 with this statement, and I quote, Town Hall 11s should not be getting easily 3-starred with a strategy that relies on mainly a 1-troop mass army. They have also said they ideally would not nerf dominant units directly, but rather through indirect measures, and they added they are thinking about long range, adding a new defense that targets bigger groups of mid-range units. We now return you to Galadon explaining why he suddenly doesn't suck at Clash of Clans. So right here we have Greg OC from Lost Phoenix going at it with a whole lot of bowlers and not much else. And as I was watching these 3-star wins from our recent clan wars, it got me to thinking about how the nature of attacking in this game has really changed, and I feel like it's gone the opposite direction of what the Clash of Clans developers wanted to see back when we had the first ClashCon and they were talking about 2-stage attacks being the thing of the future. And unfortunately, we have seen everything go in the opposite direction. The mass troop, the spam of one type of troop has really dominated the game for a while now, and we've seen it in even Hog Riders, we saw it in Witches, of course now the Bowlers and the Miners, and Valkyries before that. So I kind of miss the old days of Go Wipe and Go Wee Wee and mixing some Valkyries in there and that sort of thing. Now, Town Hall 9 war attacks, they have not changed as dramatically as Town Hall 11. And the observation here as we wrap up this 3-star attack came from none other than Clash with Ash, a very good YouTuber who has some very deep insights into the game and the mechanics of troops and attacks and spells. And I have to say, it was him and his clan that blame it on the Grand Warden. And I thought, that makes complete sense, because since the introduction of the Grand Warden is kind of around the time that you've seen these mass spamming of troops happening. And the Grand Warden, he is very, very powerful, especially at higher levels. That Eternal Tome and the aura that he has are just so powerful. Both of his abilities, passive and active, have really caused players to want to get all of their troops inside that range rather than attack in 2 stages, because you don't want to miss out on that. The invincibility, the invulnerability that he provides, even if only for a few seconds, can be huge and can make the difference between 2- and 3-star attacks, just like we are watching from Freak Show right here. So, you know me, I don't like to just go out there and whine and complain and rant and rave and talk about what's wrong. I'd rather talk about how it can get better and what can be done maybe to fix it and to keep people interested. And I've never been a fan of the straight out nerf, taking away hit points or damage. It just always ends up leaving players feeling cheated, like they worked hard to get to a certain level with a certain troop, and now it's losing some abilities. We saw that when the heroes were severely nerfed. That was like, what, a year and a half, 2 years ago. But I feel like the heroes are definitely contributing to this problem, as are just the sheer power of the Bowlers, the Miners, and the Valkyries. I mean, Valkyries are probably still pretty darn powerful, but everybody's walked away from them to head over to the purple guys and the occasional Miner attack. So you rule out the straight nerf, then what comes next? You buff defense, you add level 12 walls. Yes, I felt for a while that level 12 walls are due. It's going to happen, like it or not. Hopefully they either won't be more expensive or they'll be different in some way, shape, or form than the current wall upgrades are. I don't know, but I'm hoping for something interesting there having to do with walls. But other than those two options, what do you do to make these attacks more diverse? And one is, well, simple, you add a bunch more troops. Well, it's not that easy. You definitely can't compare adding troops in Clash of Clans to adding cards in Clash Royale. The differences there are vast. Now, a couple of more new troops might be nice, maybe more defenses, I don't know, but right now the base designs are so complicated up at Town Hall 11 with all these different compartments. You've got the Eagle Artillery in there. But the good thing is that I feel like you can add more to the game at Town Halls 9, 10, and 11 because you're looking at experienced players and it's all on a learning curve. Obviously, you don't want to just flood brand new players with so much complicated stuff that they can never possibly figure it out. That's why you add things like this at the upper level Town Halls 9, 10, 11, not down at 3, 4, 5, 6. Let those players get acclimated and add a little bit at a time until they get up there. And if they want to continue to progress, then yes, the game is going to get harder. But right now, I feel like the game has gotten easier up at Town Hall 11, and I'm hoping to see a change. But the problem is, I don't have the answer, but then again, I never have. I am not a game designer. I didn't come up with some of these amazing troop, unit, and defense ideas, but I would like to see something, so I'm hoping that maybe you guys have some ideas for some answers to stopping the spam, to increasing or even going back to the way we used to see it. I mean, you used to have to balance how many golems am I going to bring, how many P.E.K.K.A., how many wizards, how many wall breakers. Maybe now with the advent of the jump spells, the heal spells, the rage spells, you don't need as wide of a variety of troops in attacks either. So I don't know, maybe the game has become more complicated and thus become, paradoxically, more simple. I don't know. But I, again, am asking for you guys to contribute down below in the comments. You know I do my best to read them, so I want to hear from you guys because I do end up going back to Helsinki once in a while, and while my voice is truly no louder than anyone else's, I can from time to time take back the feedback that I get from my friends, my viewers, my subscribers, those who watch my live streams, etc., and kind of let Supercell know what I'm seeing as a Clash of Clans Clash Royale YouTuber. And once again, right here, Shidouhosh, last building to go down is again the Expo. It's funny, we saw that in that last attack, and there it was again, another 3-star, and again with mass bowlers. Alright, we're moving on to some trophy raids instead of just war attacks because, well, the spam has spread. Yes, it's all over the place. People have been using bowlers like crazy in trophy attacks, but now we're also seeing the miners move in. Now they're not very often getting 3 stars, but really in trophy hunting, that's not the point. I mean, if somebody is easily grabbing a 2-star win just about every single time, then maybe things need to change a little bit. Now, the one thing that I have seen, and I do kind of like, is the fact that in some of these base instances, it's getting a little bit harder to 2-star. It's easier to 1-star, difficult to 2, and almost impossible to 3, and I like that balance in the trophy hunting arena, at least because of the fact that you don't have a chance to study the base as much, and maybe that's what's causing fewer and fewer 3 stars. Plus these anti-2-star bases like you see right here, isolating that town hall in the dead center. But check out the miners, the last minute miners under a heal spell, sneaking in when the attack looks like it's over. In come the miners from the far left of your screen. I love that. It's kind of like a Lava Lunion attack where you send in the heroes after the town hall, after the air units have wiped out everything else in the area. Instead, the miners come in after the town hall, after the heroes have done the job, and Gladiator, 2 stars, poor Smiley Miles 24. So again, you guys, thank you so much for spending a few minutes of your day with me. Thank you for sticking around, as no person wants to play just one singular video game. Trying different ones out is the spice of life, so I appreciate that. Thank you for being a member of the hashtag GalaFam. Leave your comments down below. I will get to them, and I will see you back here again tomorrow for more full attacks.
Galidon, I'll leave a comment on your video, alright? My comment will say,
This just into the Gala newsroom. Peter $17 exposed for faking his Town Hall 11 war attacks. Stay tuned for breaking Gala news coming to a video screen near you as we break this breaking story with Breaking Gala Breaking News. Break.